Hello and welcome to Grade 7 English class. This class is brought to you by Addis Ababa City Education Bureau in collaboration with Addis Media Network. Today's topic is paragraph writing, taken from Unit 6, and today's lesson is Lesson 20. So before we talk about how to write paragraph, what paragraph is and how to write it, let's first revise the previous lesson, Lesson 19. If you remember, in Lesson 19, we talked about countable and uncountable nouns. So what did we say about countable and uncountable nouns? If you remember, when we were talking about countable and uncountable nouns, we said first by explaining nouns. Nouns are, if you remember, we explained names that we give to people, places, things, or even animals. And we classified nouns into two parts, if you remember, countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are the ones we said that can be counted in number. And we gave some examples like pen, student, chair, table, and so many others. And uncountable nouns are nouns that cannot be counted, but sometimes they could be measured in amount. We gave examples like rice, sugar, milk, and so many others as well. So before we closed that lesson, I gave you 5 vocabularies or 5 nouns to change them into their plural form. And today I will give you feedback and see how well you did on your homework. The first word that I gave you was foot. The second was ox. The third, knife. Country. And the last one was glass. So, how did you change them into their plural form? Let's see if you did it correctly. The first one is foot to feet. That is how we change it. What about ox? Ox becomes oxen. What about knife? Knife becomes knives. What about country? Country becomes countries. And glass becomes glasses. So this is how we change some nouns, pluralize some nouns from their singular forms. And I'm sure you all did a really good job and you all got the correct answer. Now let's go to today's lesson. So today's lesson is Lesson 20, paragraph writing. Paragraph writing. So what is paragraph writing? Have you ever written a paragraph before? Where did you write it? And first, let's discuss the meaning of paragraph. What is a paragraph? What is a paragraph? So what is a paragraph? A paragraph is what? A collection of sentences that deals with one single topic. A paragraph is a collection of sentences dealing with a single topic. This is the meaning of paragraph, okay? This is the meaning of paragraph. So a paragraph has more than 3 or 4 sentences that deals with a single topic, one topic. So what other things can we say about a paragraph? A paragraph also has what? Different kinds of elements that is included in it. And having a single topic in a paragraph is also the most important thing. If you don't have one single topic in a paragraph and explain that topic further, then it's going to be very hard for you to make it a paragraph. It's just going to be different and jumbled sentences. For example, let me give you an example. I come home every afternoon. They love going to school. Ruth enjoys a book. He is very strong. We have 4 sentences here. Can we say that it is a paragraph? Yes, you're correct. We cannot say this is a paragraph. Why? Why can we not say that this is a paragraph? Because we don't have what? A single topic. Yes? We don't have a main topic that we further discuss about. That is what a paragraph is. A paragraph should have one single topic that we discuss further on. We discuss in detail about by giving examples, facts, and other kinds of things. So we cannot say this is a paragraph because a paragraph deals with only one single topic at a time. So let's go on to see how we can write paragraphs. What are the elements of paragraphs? Elements of a paragraph. What are the elements of a paragraph? Let's see the first one. But before we see that, a paragraph consists of a paragraph consists of the first one, topic, sentence, topic, sentence. The second one, supporting ideas or supporting sentence. And finally, concluding sentence. A concluding sentence. These are all the things that a paragraph must have for it to become a paragraph. So let's talk about the first one. The first one is what? Topic, sentence. Remember, earlier on, we said that a paragraph talks or is a collection of sentences that deals with a single topic. So that single topic is written or explained or shown in the topic sentence. What is a topic sentence? The topic sentence is the main idea of a paragraph. The topic sentence is the main idea, okay, of a paragraph. We said paragraph deals with a single topic. So that single topic is the topic sentence because it has the main idea or the main information of a paragraph. It usually or typically it comes at the beginning of a paragraph. It comes at the beginning of a paragraph. Usually it comes at the beginning of a paragraph. Very rare times it may come at the middle, and almost very rare times it may come at final. But most of the time, since we have a concluding sentence at the end, we usually see the topic sentence at the beginning of a paragraph. So the first few sentences that you see in a paragraph are what? The main idea of the paragraph, where the main information is. What comes after it is what? Where the supporting idea is, where we show evidence and give examples. So what can we say about, what other things can we talk about topic sentence? The topic sentence is very important because it shows the reader, the person who's reading your paragraph, what the main information of the paragraph is. And it is also important because it gives us a sense of direction of what the paragraph is going to be about. So the second element of a paragraph and the second thing that a paragraph should include for it to be unified, coherent, and well-developed is supporting idea or supporting sentence. Supporting idea. So what is the supporting idea in a paragraph? The supporting sentences, you see the difference? When we talked about topic sentence, we only said sentence, meaning one, the topic sentence. But when it comes to supporting sentence, we say sentences. We pluralize it. Why do we do that? Because we write more than 2 or 3 supporting sentences to talk about in detail the topic sentence. So that's why we say the supporting sentence or supporting ideas, okay? So the supporting sentences expands on the topic sentence or the main idea. That is the purpose of the supporting sentence, okay? It expands more on the topic sentence. It gives additional additional information such as facts, examples, or evidence. Or statistics, okay? So all of these are ideas given by supporting sentences. Whenever we're trying to explain a topic sentence, we give facts, we give examples, we give evidence. So the supporting sentences are expressions or ideas taken from the writer's perspective or the writer's experience. What the writer experienced, what he or she saw or felt or did is what? The supporting sentence. That's where we see in detail the idea of the topic sentence explained further. So that's what the topic sentence is. The last element of a paragraph is a concluding sentence. The third one is concluding sentence. Only one. So the concluding sentence is the last or the ending line of a paragraph. It is the ending line of a paragraph, and it restates. It should restate the main idea. In this case, the topic sentence. It should restate, meaning it should give us the information that we had when we first wrote the topic sentence. Okay? So it has to say it again in another way by generalizing. It has to say the topic sentence again. Restate it again. Talk about it again. That is the concluding sentence. And that is the three elements of a paragraph that we should have within one paragraph. So don't forget, a paragraph should only talk about a single topic at a time. And it should have what? So good supporting ideas that support and give evidence or explain further the topic sentence. And it should have a concluding or an ending line where the topic sentence is restated again. So these are all the elements of a paragraph. Okay, so if we see these elements and if we see their importance, how can we write a paragraph? And how can we make it easier for ourselves to write a paragraph? So in your previous lessons, you have talked about outline. So an outline of a paragraph. So an outline is an idea where you, or a system, where you organize all of your thoughts that you have brainstormed about an idea. So if you outline ideas down, then it would be easier for you to organize and write a paragraph, or an even longer writing, which is an essay. So in this case, how do we do outlines? Let's do a few examples of how we could do an outline and then finally write a paragraph. So the first outline we will do is the first example, outline A. We first begin by what? By writing a topic sentence. And then we write other ideas. But first, we need to have a topic sentence where we can base our entire paragraph on. So, topic sentence. Topic sentence. An excellent job is one that is near to home. This is an example of a topic sentence. So, if you have your topic sentence idea, then what outlines can you get out of this topic sentence? For example, an excellent job is one that is near to home. So if your job is near your home, then it is what? You can have an outline of, for example, talking about under the first idea, we have short distance. Short distance. That is how we talk when we're talking about something that is near our home. If our job is near our home, it is what? A very short distance. So in short distance, for example, we could talk about, we can mention fast travel time, less gas. So if our home is very near to our job, it will save us what? Traveling time. And you cannot complain to your employer that you have been taking what? It has taken you so much to get from your home to your job. And not only complaining, but it would be easier for you to travel a short distance amount of time to go to your job. And it will also be less gas, or in this case, it will save you transportation money. Imagine if you take 2 buses and 1 taxi, it will, every day you have to have what? Travel money expense. And that is what? It may be expensive, it may be a lot of money for you. So it will save you a lot of time. So these are all ideas you can take from an excellent job is one that is near your home. The other outline you could talk about, so these are supporting ideas, okay? These are supporting ideas. This is your topic sentence, and in supporting ideas, you have this. The other we could talk about is walk or cycle. Walking or cycling. It is what? Walking or cycling is great exercise. And it is also great for the environment. Great for the environment. How is it great for the environment, or how is it great for exercise? Imagine if you sit a long time in a taxi or in a bus going from one place to another. It may not be healthy for you, especially if you have a job where you get to sit all day in a desk. So if your job is near your home, and if you take a walk or if you cycle, and it would be good exercise for you. So it will have health benefits, and it will also be great for the environment. Instead of all the gases released from the cars that you see everywhere in the city, if people prefer doing cycling or taking a walk, then that would be really good for the environment, because it would be lots of reduction in gases that are polluting the environment. So great for the environment as well. So these are outlines. These are supporting outlines. And further on in the future, you will develop it into sentences, into supporting sentences. These are supporting ideas. Later on, you have to make the supporting sentences to make or to support your idea of the main idea, which is the topic sentence. Finally, you're going to have a concluding sentence. A concluding sentence in your outline. To conclude, the best job is one that is near your home. So, if you remember when we were talking about concluding sentence, we said that a concluding sentence is found at the end of your paragraph. It is the ending line, and it is also what? We also talked about how it restates the topic sentence. So the topic sentence have said how an excellent idea it is to have a job near your home. And the concluding sentence have restated that idea by saying the best job is what? One that is near your home. So this is how you conclude a sentence. Let's see another outline, and we will write a paragraph with that outline. Outline B. Topic sentence. Don't forget, this is the most important part of a paragraph. We should have our topic sentences first, and then we can gather ideas for that topic sentence. A number of major health risks associated with smoking. This is our topic sentence, and we're going to have 2 or 3 supporting ideas that we will later turn on into supporting sentences. The first supporting idea we could talk about is supporting idea. The first one is causes cancer. Causes cancer. This is one health risks associated with smoking. What about another idea? Another supporting idea is it leads to lung disease. Diseases like emphysema, and bronchitis. So this is another health risk associated with smoking. Another supporting idea that we can give is heart disease. heart disease. So we have given three ideas, three supporting ideas for our main topic sentence. What about concluding sentence? We could say generally smoking is a bad habit and should be avoided. Should be avoided. So we have our ending line, which is our concluding sentence. We have our beginning sentence, which is our topic sentence. And we have three supporting ideas. Now, I will give you 2 minutes to write a full paragraph based on the information you have here, and then we will write it together. Okay, I'm sure you all wrote and tried your best to write a good paragraph that is unified, that is coherent, and that is well developed. So let's write it together and see how it is written. The first one is, there is a number of major risks associated with smoking. This is our topic sentence. And if you remember, the second supporting idea we gave is it causes cancer. We could say one big problem is that smoking causes cancer. So, from an idea, we have brought it to a sentence. So it has become, we have given it more explanation, and we have said one big problem. So we said here a number of major health risks. Here we have taken one, that is what? Smoking causes cancer. The second supporting idea that we gave is it gives people lung diseases. So we're going to further explain it into a sentence by saying it also leads to lung diseases like emphysema and bronchitis. On top of that, smoking can cause a heart disease. So we have given sentences to all of our supporting ideas. And finally, we conclude. Generally, smoking is a bad habit and should be avoided. So we have concluded our idea by a concluding sentence. So this is how we write a unified and coherent and also well-developed paragraph. Topic sentence to the concluding sentence, we have given a really good flow of the sentence, the sentences that we have presented here. So this is how you write a paragraph. I'm sure most of you have written a paragraph similar or closer to this one. Remember, even though you have the same topic sentence and the same concluding sentence, you may have a different way or a different approach to writing those sentences because we each have our different personal opinions when it comes to supporting ideas. And that is all about how you could write a paragraph. But before we close the lesson, I want to give you one idea where you could develop it into a topic sentence on your own and also write a concluding sentence from it. And I want you to also use the outlines we used earlier and also use try to develop supporting ideas. Finally, write a very coherent and well-developed paragraph. So I will give you an idea that you have been learning about in this unit in land conservation. So I will write the idea for you, and that will be your homework for next time. So let me write the idea for you. The role of national parks in wildlife conservation. So this is the idea that I have brought to you, and I want you to develop it into a topic sentence and further give it supporting ideas that later will be supporting sentences. And finally, conclude your paragraph with a concluding sentence. And this is the homework that you are supposed to do. I'm sure you're all eager to get to writing this paragraph. And that is all for today's class. I'm really glad that you could all join us today for this interesting and wonderful class. And I hope to see you again next time when we explore other things in English. Thank you for joining us.